So I've always had to stay in this physical shape, but believe me, I have had more than my share of health problems. Fortunately, healthcare is on the national agenda in a way it has never been before. But it's only recently that the medical profession has even begun to understand that women's healthcare concerns are not always the same as men's. And it's not just because we have the baby. When I go to the doctor, I don't always present my problems the way a man would. I have a different way of speaking and expressing my concern, as well as different physical symptoms. Understanding these differences is crucial if we're going to provide good health care for women. Whether you're a man or a woman, we hope this program will inspire you to think about the kind of health care you want and need. As you watch, you're bound to have questions. At the end of the program, we'll give you a number to call for additional information. And now, let's begin. As women, breast cancer is probably our greatest fear. 30 years ago, 1 in 20 would get the disease. But now it's 1 in 9. The best way to beat the odds is to detect and treat breast cancer in its earliest stages. But as our next story will show, this is not always so easy. Meet Bea Quintero.
Mother's definitely unique. She's a wonderful lady. I'm not just saying it because she's my mom. She gives of herself, and she keeps on giving. You wonder, where does it come from? But she's a remarkable lady. She's truly remarkable.
Good morning. Welcome to St. Patrick's 9 o'clock Mass. Today is January.
She's a role model.
Today we celebrate.
She's a pleasure to be around because you watch the people that light up to her. Mom's a fireball at times. She likes to get things done, and the cancer has kind of become a new pulpit to fight things in the system she doesn't like.
All the little guidelines that they give you, I blew them all. I breastfed my children, no family history of cancer. See, so it's not necessarily just the guidelines. You're not okay when you say, I'm safe, I can't have any cancer, because nobody really knows. I truly, my house, this is my favorite right here. Even more dramatic than being diagnosed with cancer, having the breast taken off, was losing my hair. It sounds like such a minor thing, but hair is so important to us. I think that it's part of, of course, our identity.
Well, this one you can do anything, really. You can come in and do a little ponytail or something, but then it shows all the baldness in the back.
It was very, very difficult to get out of the shower and stand before. I got this big blasted mirror in my bathroom as I pulled the curtain back from the tub shower, and I'd see my body the way that God had created it, and I had one breast gone, and all bald, and no eyebrows, no eyelashes, kind of like if you took an eraser and took part of me away, which really and truly is what happens,
Whoa. I guess now I can go comb my hair.
Again, my mind was racing to months ahead. How will you, should you ever be intimate with somebody, how would they feel about you? Would they be willing to consider a relationship with you if they know that you have cancer? How does that make them feel? And it was a very difficult thing when I first met a gentleman that, we started talking, and this little, spark kind of gleam came up in my eye. Oh, yes, companionship, being able to speak to somebody was a very real part of me that just came bubbling up, part of who the female is, you know, at least me.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Fine.
Oh, you look great.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yeah. Some of them, it did scare them away, you know, and one of them just absolutely just, you know, disappeared, did a vanishing act. Another one called 2 or 3 times, but I could tell that the times between his calls were less and less, you know, and until the calls just stopped coming. I've had a couple of relationships, very, you know, wonderful relationships that have helped me build my self-esteem back and let me know that it's okay for me to be without hair.
Debbie Fry, call 20 and zone 14.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Hope. How are you?
I work with volunteer services at MD Anderson. I'm a volunteer coordinator.
Getting popular, huh?
I have the bilingual visitors and translators, and I have the chaplaincy visitors.
Hi, Rosita.
Hi, Bea. How are you this morning?
Great. ¿Y tú cómo te va?
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
doing great.
I'm
You're a
a
young person.
caregiver, basically. I try to help the Hispanic person, sometimes whether they want the help or not, to stand on my shoulders, to take my experience, that I can, you know, share that experience to smooth some of their road.
La otra gente que venga y uno después. Tú también puedes. Okay, coordinate with me.
I'm here in this institution. This is where I live, you know, a larger part of my day. My house is your house. Mi casa es su casa. And I've traveled a little bit, and I've experienced being in a country that I did not understand the language. So I understand the trauma that these people can feel.
So what you'll do, this main street out here is Holcomb.
First and foremost, you're away from your familiar surroundings. I feel that once you get into a position like this, that you're away from your home and you're going into this big institution, that there's nothing but big rooms, and you know, you see strange faces and people. If you don't understand the language, it's got to be, you know, a very difficult situation at best. Promise wear a neon sign that I can't see. It says, you know, consoler, you know, I'll be glad to talk to you.
¿Cómo se sentía cuando usted le dijo a su señor?
Sí, bueno,
A lot of the Hispanic women that I have known and have befriended through the years, economics, you know, has played a big part.
Que ya. No tengo remedio. Y eso como, pero parece que también su señor parece que está llevando muy bien.
sí, no, claro.
From what I understand her to relate to me, she found the tumor on her breast, and then there was enough time there that it came very much to the surface. So it sounds like it was quite advanced. And I think it might have been probably economic, the reason why she waited. In speaking to her husband, he had indicated that they were up north doing some canning, almost like a migrant farm worker. She indicated that she had to wait until the husband and the family got home. And then, too, the fact that she doesn't speak English. It's very apparent. I would be hesitant also if I had to go and see a doctor, you know, that I had to have somebody with me to explain what was the matter with my breast. She told me the doctor told her that there wasn't anything else they could do for her. So she was looking down a very short lifespan now.
Hi, Beatrice Quintero. Hi, how are you?
Fine.
After I was diagnosed with breast cancer, they offered me some, you know, possibilities. And the first one was surgery and then chemotherapy. Well, about a year and a half later, there was evidence of disease, that it was traveling, and it traveled to my lymph nodes. subclavicular, right here in the collar. What's the date on there?
You've got 121.
It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How does it look?
It looks fine.
Good.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Then when the disease really was showing, it was beginning to swell, and I could see it, I could feel it. It was tender. I put it off for 2 months. I knew I had to go and see the doctor in October. I just decided I wasn't going to say anything, And I did say things. I would tell people, they would ask me, how are you doing? Well, I don't know what the doctor's going to say. I think I have a little swelling. But I knew inside of me that it was more than just a little swelling. I knew the disease was traveling.
You've got a good stretch there.
At this point, whatever the doctor says, I know it's going to be more aggressive. And I'm bound to be in for a little bit harder ride than what I have.
Okay, this is your toxicity sheet.
Like most other treatments that she's been on at MD Anderson, they've always been experimental. They work for the most part. She's still alive, after 6-7 years. So there's something worthwhile there. It's scary, but you hope for the best. That you hope that God puts His work into the doctors, and the doctors will therefore, do the best they can.
Ricky, you want something to drink?
Just it.
This is a la mama. Italiana or Mexicana? And what I do best is burn food.
Cancer doesn't kill or break a lot of things. It doesn't kill your spirit. It doesn't kill your memories. It doesn't kill the accomplishments you've made. And that part of her keeps living to 100 years from now when they look down and say, there was some, I remember this woman that was bitching about the way that, we weren't paying attention to the way women were giving treatment in the valley. That's Bea Quintero over there, and that's her picture.
I examine my breasts every day, so that my children will hopefully not have to go through, what I'm going through, and hopefully not at the risk of losing their mom. I love her.
Ready? In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. In a few minutes, I'll be going up to start round 5. They'll give me the chemotherapy for 48 hours.
She really is an extraordinary lady, She means so much to so many people. I just figure, well, she can't go. I mean, she's still needed here.
A woman's health. It affects all of us. Every woman is someone's mother, partner, sister, child, or friend. Our health problems are not the same as men's. We need more research, more understanding, better care. In just a few seconds, we'll give you a number to call if you want more information. But don't stop there. If you think you have a problem, see a doctor. Don't be afraid to ask all your questions. Make sure they listen. You deserve good care. You're worth it. I'm Rita Moreno. Good night.